Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. Oh, it's not even really a question, it's just more of a statement. Poor Charles is starting to see the monster Sonny is on General Hospital. Now, Sonny has always been a very complex man. I mean, he's a mobster. He gets his money, his blood money, through protections and stuff like that. He has killed people before, right? He's also donated to the hospital. He's been there for Sonny and Robin. He's good to his kids. Very complex man. You see Christina, on one hand, is struggling. On the other hand, you ain't brand new to this. So I'm very perplexed myself. As you're coming in, make sure you do hit the like button. It really does actually help. Let's sit there and do a quick roll call and get this started. Freddy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Blackmon's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Cherry Ice Cream's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? And Janetta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Okay, we can turn this down. Antonetta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Laura B's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Susan's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Susan R. Graham's TV's in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Ronnie Ron is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ronnie Ron, my jester. Amy is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Did I say? Oh, there we go. Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Crystal's in the chat. How you doing tonight? As you all come in, make sure you do hit the like button. It really does actually help. Um, yeah, there was a lot. I've been good, Freddie. I've been good. How about you, my friend? How have you been? I'm doing good, Black Man. I'm doing good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. How you doing tonight, Darby? Monique is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Sonny is one on. Glad Dante said I'm no longer responsible for your drowning. I'm done. Yes. Ronnie Ron says, Albert, what do you think about Roman hiring Ava because Kate seems jealous and told her if she tries anything? Yeah, I thought it was kind of stupid what Kate said. I was like, honestly, tell you the truth, nobody wants to be Smith. They're trying to take over the Brady pub. Well, of course, I gotta sit there and ask how the Queen is doing. Of course, Freddie, of course. I always love having you in the chat, Freddie, so I appreciate you. Eagle Fang says, what's up, Albert? Dante finally getting tired of Sonny's is speak volume more so than anyone. I think we are witnessing the downfall of Sonny. Yes. Hence the title. Hence the title. Okay. So I'll sit there and say this a little bit early. I'm doing good, Lord B. I'm doing good. And obviously today was an emotional episode for just reasons I'm not going to speak on. But it was definitely something. I'll say that much. It was a challenging review. If I had to say anything, it was a challenging review. Freddie says, I can't read every comment. Albert can't read it. Thank you. Thank you, Freddie. Yes, I was just going to sit there and say that. If I do miss your comment, don't take offense to it. I'm going to miss comments from time to time. So, but I will sit there and try to get to as many comments as I can. Thank you, Freddie. That's exactly what I was going to sit there and say. Danny R is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yes, Monique. Yes, I read the comment. Yes, I read your comment. In my review. Lorby says, I know it was a tough one. I know that Gregor and Tracy fans must be upset. Well, upset is kind of an understatement. Yeah, Freddie, I was just going to sit there and say that. Thank you. Here's the thing, Freddie. It's kind of important to sit there and say because people are used to me they're trying to read their comments, which is fine. But, you know, Ron says EJ is one piece of work. At least Sloan ain't going down without a fight. Yes, she is. He has the nerve to talk about jail. Should be doing. He should be the last talking that there's where he belongs. I'm doing good, Danny. I hope you are too. Graham says it's crazy how everyone just figured out how ruthless Sonny is. Granted, his mess is messed up, but he's a mob boss, allegedly. Yes. Krista says, is Sonny a mobster or is he off his meds? Both. Both. See, that's just the thing. What people are forgetting. People are just like, oh my goodness, Dex is all beat up. He has a cut on his eyelid. Dex should be 6 feet under. Okay? Dex should be 6 feet under. Okay? He should be 6 feet under. Let's just keep it real. The minute that he started blabbing to the cops, he should have been done. Thanos. And people were just like, oh my goodness. Now I get where Christina's coming from as far as like just pretending that Sonny isn't a bad person or that he doesn't do crimes and stuff like that because she doesn't want to see it. She chooses not to see it. Okay, and I get that. Freddie says, Albert, because you have people come in the chat every single day, even now people would show up, so I totally and completely understand. Thank you. Yeah, Havlin, how you doing tonight? Eagle fan says Sonny is a mobster and a monster. He kills people for money and power. It doesn't matter what good he did for his family and others. It comes from the misery of others. Yes, very true, Eagle Fang. Freddie says, besides this only one. Thank you. Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate that. Now, Graham says, yeah, I get Chrissy, but Laura and Anna are tripping. Yeah, they've been tripping. Honestly, tell you the truth. Yeah, in some ways. Sean says, I bet you're right. Dak should be expired. Exactly, Sean. I'm like, people were listening to acting like, oh, it's because he's off his meds. That's why he attacked Dex. I was like, honestly, tell you the truth, he's a mob boss. He should have took care of him a long time ago. Darby says the town is full of hypocrites, Albert. When Sonny was protecting that town from evil, he was beloved. Yes, that's very true, Darby. And I always and I stand by that. I stand by that 100%. That's why when somebody, and I'm not going to sit there and say their name, was like, well, why shouldn't Jocelyn get Sonny to protect Trina? You know, he's equipped for this. It's not the point. Jocelyn's out of pocket. Jocelyn shouldn't be asking Sonny for a damn thing. Oh, well, I have Sonny protect you. And this person actually was like, no, that's cool. That totally makes sense. Ron says, Albert, what did you think about the scene between Chad and Steve? I didn't think any of it because, to be honest, I feel like nothing came from it. I mean, he asked him to look into it. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's great. It honestly, tell you the truth, Ron, that scene could have been there or not been there, and it wouldn't have made a difference in the story. That's the problem, Ron. The scene really didn't bring a lot of value. Thank you, Freddie. Yes, make sure you hit that like button because it really does help. And it's funny you asked that, Ron, because I sat there and I was like, what am I going to say about that scene in my review? Nothing, because okay, can you look into a scene? I mean, can you look into Abby's, killing or whatever? Well, that's his uncle, so of course he's gonna do that. Why this made it seem like he had to sit there and be like, ugh. Eagle Fang says Christina can't be more annoying. One person she calls is the person that Sonny is angry with Michael. Christina's sobbing on the floor like a little baby. Like, for real, stop it, Christina. Yeah, acting like she's brand new. And Graham says facts. Dex would have been deleted when Ava told Sonny he was becoming a cop. Exactly. You think Selena would have still kept Dex alive? You think that Selena would have kept Dex alive? She wouldn't have sent him away and tell him, hey, listen, start a new life somewhere else. She would have took care of him. You think that when he became a cop, that Selena would be like, oh well, that's good for you. No. Ron says, so Aubrey, you are underestimating Kate when she threatens Ava and brung up Harris also. Um, yeah, sure, Ron. I guess. I don't really understand how I'm actually underestimating her. I don't even really understand why she had a problem with Ava. Talking about, oh, I don't want you to take over the bistro. She had a chance to sit there and damn near be her own manager, and yet she's working for Roman. What kind of big ideas does she have to sit there running the pub? Like, the automatics was good. Exactly, Freddie. Was good. Danny says, yes, Sonny is a real mob boss, and he's like a kingpin, and also his character is basically a ripoff. Well, I mean, hmm, everyone's a ripoff of someone to some extent. Jesus Christ, what is with these goddamn scam calls? What's good, Duan? Like 8:17, and they're still calling me. Like, are you kidding me right now? Well, that'd be cool, Sean. Get more Selena. Darby says Lucas shouldn't be in jail, blah 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 blah. Who cares about Lucas? He did the crime, let Lucas rot in jail. Exactly. Talking about, oh, I'm gonna be a mama bear. I was like, hey, shut your ass up. Ain't nobody's not there paying attention to you. And like you said, you acting like the dude didn't do the crime or anything like that. What's good, Ed? What's good, Lisa? The writers need to bring Gregory back as a long lost twin. I'm sorry. Okay. Eagle fan says I've been watching B&B for a few months now. I can tell you I can't stand Steffi. Exactly. Her father always tries to dictate people's lives. I really hope Finn and Hope hook up. Yeah. It's yeah, Eagle Fang. He be doing too much. Ridge definitely be doing too much. And Steffi has been on one. I'm like, is this chick on Red Bull or something? Dolomito says Kate needs to sit down. She's been in her adult kids business since the early. Oh, what's good, Michelle? Hey, I'm so happy Christina finally got her eyes open to Sonny's behavior right now. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Is that? Thank you, Ed. Thank you. Thank you, Ed. Yes. Kayla, Kayla was doing too much too. What's good, Melody Mama Hard Queen? The one that says Auburn Acacia refused to get that show canceled. Well, you know, Dewan, I may wind up getting Days of Our Lives canceled if Freddie says, Albert, we can't escape death, I understand, but I couldn't watch Jason today. I would have been emotional because I went through that with my dad being his caregiver when he was sick. I found him. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, I totally get that. Devlin says, Albert, I heard that Blaze's mother, Natalia, works for Valentine. Oh, that's crazy. Michelle says, okay, question Albert. Last time I knew Jason and Drew were on good terms after Jason saved him from being brainwashed. Yet at the wedding, he treated his twin like dirt. It is a retcon. There, yeah, I don't fully understand it either. It's not a retcon. I don't get it either. Eagle Fang says, I think Victoria's ex, Cole, forgot his name. Cole should not tell anyone Victor has her locked up and forget about her. The family is much safer for her locked up in a cage, like in animals at the. um, yeah. Well, you know, John's going to turn the tables, and yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear about that, Freddie. That's like I said. I'll why is this on? I'll say this much, Freddie. It was a tough review. It was a challenging review. It literally took me a few minutes just to even get myself together. Freddie said last year, Albert, this was last year, but at least my father didn't suffer and he's in a peaceful place. Yeah, no, that's a good thing. That's the way you have to think of it. That's the way you have to think of it. What makes you think that, Devlin? No, I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to watch it around. Um, by the time I got home, I started just watching the soaps and doing my reviews. But I don't know, Ryan. You know, sometimes it's kind of hard to watch other content creators when you're doing your own. You know, you're doing your own videos. For instance, everyone seeing what Greg was so sad to watch. Yeah, it was a sad scene, and no, I get it, Freddie. I get it. It was a tough episode. Um, but like I said, it was the most challenging review I had to sit there and review. Monik says Gladfin admitted he was being a hypocrite when it came to Thomas and Sheila. According to Finn, Sheila can be redeemed, but not Thomas. Exactly. Exactly. Of course, buddy. What's good, Richard? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. How have you been? Devlin says I meant to say I think GH is going to get canceled soon. No, but I'm saying Devlin. What makes you think that? Ron says, Albert, what did you think about Everett and Leo and Stephanie out fast? Well, I thought it was just kind of a. I didn't really care for the scene, to be honest. I didn't care for it. I didn't have the luxury of sitting there, what you calling it, because fast forwarding because I'm a reviewer. I'm doing good, Richard. I'm doing good. It's good to see you again. Seems like it's been forever since I've seen you. I mean, I know I've seen you like maybe last week, but no, Ron. There's just because I reviewed the soap, so I unfortunately I cannot, I can't sit there and fast forward it. Francis says Sheila manipulated Finn. He is so easily pursued if he go or persuaded if he goes to the wedding. And I know the people that are going on an ambush mission to hunt them next week. Okay. Well, you usually know the spoilers, so Danny, everyone says that. I don't see it, but we can agree to disagree. Now Ed says can't wait for AJ to fall on his sword because raising Jew with Nicole doesn't mean she's going to stay with him. Yeah. And like I said, EJ is my favorite, but I'm looking forward to his downfall. Monique says everything Finn said to Hope is the same thing Thomas said to her. Oh, you're so beautiful, and yeah, exactly. I was like, bro, you laying on kind of thick. You do realize you're married, right? Like you do realize you're married, right? That's not something appropriate that a married man would sit there and that a married man should sit there and say to somebody that's not his wife. Um. mm, okay. Yeah, I can see that, Devlin. Michelle Albert, do you think GH will turn Jason and Drew into another AJ thing when he hates his brother? Maybe. Honestly, tell you the truth, Michelle, from what I understand, I don't even know if Drew is or the actor is still going to be on the show anymore. And people keep saying that he's going to be leaving soon. Richard says, "Thank you, Albert. Always a pleasure to watch your review stream. Stop in the stream sometimes." Well, I appreciate that, Richard. Thank you. Domek says, honestly, when it comes to Fan Sheila thing, I feel more sorry for Lee than anyone. She's annoying, but she was his mother, and now she's playing second to a sociopath. Yes. Tanya, how you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Yeah, it's funny. De Havilland, what you call it, said the same thing. Curry said the same thing. There's things that they need to do to improve, and I heard they're like under something a million views. Danny, which one? YouTube or TikTok? Freddie says, Albert, it had to take a lot of guts that you did a review today about GH, about a character dying off. I couldn't have done it. But thank you, Freddie. Thank you. It was good, Jay Blue. It was hard. It was not an easy review to do, but Michelle says, "Oh, I want to let you know, Albert. So a few days ago, my mother went with me to my checkup because hubby was at work. I'm nearly 6 weeks pregnant with my second child. My mother and I found out. Oh, okay. Congratulations again. Congratulations, Michelle. That's really nice to hear. Yeah, that's really nice to hear. Some people like to be surprised, so that's pretty cool." And Francis says, "Congratulations." And it says, I guess Sonny thinks Christina wouldn't have reacted to him beating up Dex. His behavior shouldn't be new to Christina, but this would work better if they tied her reaction to her abusive with Kiefer. Okay. Onyx says, if Sonny goes to jail, we won't survive. He won't survive. He is claustrophobic. He won't do well. And yes, unless they rewrite that, unless they retcon that. Autumn says, yeah, I'm glad Dante put Sonny in his place, because Sonny has no right asking Dante to talk to Christina for him to smooth things over. And why would Sonny tell Dante about Dex? Dante's a cop. Yeah, I mean, it was, well, to be honest, Autumn, he was going to find out. If Sonny told Dante or not, Dante was going to find out. So that wouldn't have really changed much of anything. Mel says, I got good news that Matthew, aka Thomas, for all the fans that love him, will return mid June. Okay, that's awesome. I was wondering when he was coming back. What's good, Jonathan? Jay Blue says I know visuals are important with souls, but Danny could always text Jason to meet up or just say hi. Okay. We got 29. Okay, there we go. We got 29. We got 30 people watching and we got 18 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button because it really does actually help. Then he says, Albert, I did not know that the actor playing Drew may leave the show in the future. I didn't know. I just don't believe it. I mean, I don't know if it's true. That's what I heard. So take that with a grain of salt. Johnson says in the latest TV news, the CW canceled Walker. I mean, honestly, tell you, Jonathan, are you even surprised at this point? Like, seriously. Thank you, Freddie. Yes, make sure you hit the like button. Ron says, Robert, what will the hypocrite Forresters and trashy Logans will say when Deacon and Sheila are announced husband and wife? They'll be upset. They was already upset today. If you watched the episode, they were already upset today. Danny says, I've been focused more on my YouTube channel lately, and that's where the new video is. Okay, I'll check it out. Michelle says, I found it cute that my husband is so excited about news that he went around his office bragging to his coworkers that, okay, that's good. That's good. I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy for you. That's great news, you know. That's amazing to hear. So I'm happy for you. But yeah, I'm not surprised, Jonathan. I forgot to talk about I don't know when I'm actually gonna find it. Maybe I can actually find a time tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not happy with this little retcon thing that they're doing. I feel like they're just testing the fans' patience. What's good, Deluxe? I feel like they're testing the fans' patience. But yeah, I feel like they're testing the fans' patience. It's been over a year, exactly. So like, why are they doing? You know, the thing is, when they do stuff like that, for people who for people who watched it, it's like, what are you doing at this point? What are you doing at this point? Francis says new actress coming back as Abby on Days, but doesn't know who she is. So on Soap Dirt. Well, she is pretty reliable to some extent, Francis. So of course, I knew they would do some fucking joke. Um, she's usually reliable. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't know how to feel about it. Well, it's Days of Our Lives. They usually bring people back. So, Joanne says most people seem to be disappointed with GH. I'm something. I'm more disappointed with being Biddy. Johnson says, I think the reason people think Drew is leaving the show is because Cameron Madison is about to host a game show. What's good, Big Nate? I thought it might have something to do with his illness. I thought it might have something to do with that. You know, here's the thing I'll sit there and say, Freddie. I was complaining about the Brooklyn and Chase goofy scene, and then I actually really appreciated it because everything else after that was just really sad. Okay, I'd rather not actually known that, but um, Ron says, "Well, Albert, they got to do something to keep Clyde's character on." Yeah, Darby said, "Did anyone hear that they might reunite Chelsea and Adam? In my opinion, that would be stupid to break up Adam." Sorry, yeah, there's gonna be some people that's gonna be pissed off about that, Darby. Um, See, the thing is, I'm not feeling this kind of stuff. I'm not, and part of it is probably because I'm not a parent. Okay, every time that they talk to Connor, it's super depressing. It's just the same conversation, and it's like it doesn't go anywhere. They talk to him, they have to sit there and walk on eggshells with him. It's like, and he's always depressed about something, and it seems like it's getting worse. And then at the end, the parents feel like crap, and it's like it doesn't go anywhere. Every single time, it doesn't seem like it goes anywhere, and it's just the same depressing conversations. Oh, you know what? At this, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna read a comment that somebody wrote. There's some nut jobs out here. So let me read Jonathan's last comment before I read this. He says the point is children aren't easy. I mean, I get the point of it. Okay, have a good night, Island Breeze. But that's it's more than that though, Darby. Johnson says when Everest saw Eric trying to get Sloan to go home with him, it's clear. Yes, exactly. I said the same thing in my review. It triggered something about um his trauma. Freddie Albert Diane is a good friend to Alexa. She wants Alexa to fight to get her license back, no matter what it takes. Yeah, I'm glad she did because honestly, to tell you the truth, it was getting kind of annoying. It's like you came all the way down there, and then you're like, what are we doing at this point? So I'm glad she snapped some sense into her. It did feel like it was kind of like, really, Alexis? Now it's the day you decide you want to sit there and get cold feet. Okay, so I'm gonna read, and if I miss your comment, don't sit there and like um. I want to read this comment though. Some people are just straight up nut jobs. Like Jesus Christ. Okay, Freddie. This is from, I'm not going to sit there and say this person's name. They said, I'm so tired of Ashley, Billy, Victoria, and her daughter. Jordan, enough already. I want to see more of Adam, Chelsea, and their son. Did you write them out? Didn't see them anymore. Put them back on, or I will just stop watching after almost 50 years. Get better writers. The hell is wrong with people? And granted, I said it like that because she starts writing this in all caps. All caps. She started writing this in all caps. Like, lady, calm yourself. Darby says, yeah. Lobby says, I know you don't feel the same, but I felt so bad for Adam and Chelsea. No, I mean, I get it. Exactly equal fan after 50 years. It's exactly Freddie. And she starts writing this in all caps, like you're basically sitting there saying that you're 50 something years old and you're acting like a 12-year-old teenage girl. Like, this is what I'm sitting there talking about. There's a fine line between how you could she can have that same dislike and express herself way better than how she did. but she decided to go left. And the problem with that is that she makes other fans look like a bunch of deranged nut jobs. Exactly, Island. Johnson says Bajay is going to be all over Everett anyway, talking about how bad he is when she doesn't fully know his history or what he may have gone through growing up. Exactly, Jonathan. Once again, Jade is going to start acting all extra. I'm going to sit there and want to dragging her ass. Um, I am too, Ed. And yes, Island Breeze. I was like, yo, this chick is nuts. Ron says, Albert, this person needs to get a grip and calm the F down. If they're not happy with their writing, then turn out, as Brad Bell says. You tell him, Ronnie Ron. You tell him. Mel says, I got good news that just as Sloan is no longer at Days of Our Lives because she wrapped up filming. When it's revealed, yeah. Um, I'm actually going to miss her though, Mel. I didn't like how they wrote her towards the end as this needy, beggy, I need Eric's attention. I got to get a baby for Eric. So it's kind of is kind of it kind of sucks. But yes, that's the type of nut jobs that you see online in these. And granted, this is my comment section. This is when I was watching an episode of The Young and the Restless on YouTube, and that's what that person had to say. I'm like, sis, you need to go somewhere. You need to get a man or a hobby or both. Like, yeah, well, Jonathan, that dream is long gone, and I don't know the reason why that Sloan is leaving and Eric is leaving. Thank you, Freddie. Make sure you hit that like button. I think we're almost up there. I wish this was stronger. Actually, I don't, because if it was, it wouldn't have been good. What's my hand so goddamn sweaty for? Okay, I think we're about on target. 26, 27 and 27 people in the chat. Okay, cool. And we are good, good. Francis says yes, Nicole will reunite with her son Jude, but then her character dies. And how do you know, Francis? How do you know that she dies? Like, how do you know that they kill off her character? I think so too, Ed. Jonathan. Yeah, exactly. They kill her off, then they bring her back as a new with a new actress. See, that would Island says the writing for all four has it up and down with rubbish. I tune out. The characters are not real. Exactly, right? Exactly, Island. Yeah, exactly, Freddie. All caps. I would show it to you, but I don't want to. I don't want to come across like I'm doxing this person, so I'm not gonna do that. But like, this chick wrote in all caps, talking about I'm gonna tune out after almost 50 years. But the fact that you said that you were past 40 and you're acting like this is pretty sad and pathetic. Ron says Albert Sloan excuse is so stupid. Well, yeah, but they wrote her into a point where it's like, yeah. Because honestly, tell you the truth, she doesn't even really love that kid. She it's more for Eric than anything else. Oh yeah, no, absolutely, Freddie, absolutely. No, that is a nut job. But the fact, like I said, the fact she says she's past 40, she's acting like that. That's the real crime. Lisa says, "Where did you hear that Nicole dies?" But see, that's the problem though. Like with Days, they kill a character, they bring them back as a different actress. They kill this person, they bring them back. It's like, come on, seriously? It's such like a tired trope. Sean says, "I but sometimes people forget these are characters in the soaps. You have to get a grip on yourself. Is not turn the TV exactly." Exactly, Sean. I would never let any show mess up my peace of mind like that. Any show. And I watch these shows for escapism. Well, yeah, Ron, as he should. He should block people like that. Jay Blue says, I wasn't aware some GH fans dislike Violet's behavior. Some refer to her as spoiled and rude. I'm surprised by the comments I'm saying they think she has too many scenes. Yeah, I don't get it either, Jay Blue. I'm like, she's a kid. Y'all doing a little bit too much. Y'all doing a little bit too much. And the sad thing is, Jay Blue, when you don't see the kid characters now, people be like, well, I don't understand. Why don't we see more of the kid actors? Exactly, Jonathan. I'm like, they constantly sit there and say, why haven't we sat there and seen this person? Why haven't we sat there and seen that person? And then when you see them, people want to complain, oh, well, we see too much of Violet. You know, Violet's acting like this, Violet's acting like that. Violet is acting like a fucking child. Yeah, Freddie, it's not that serious. People be doing too much. Justin says very sad today, and Dante was very angry. Father, he has a right. Yeah, he does. He does. He does, Justin. Amber says the writing of Sonny storyline is GH absolutely atrocious. I think it's time for Maurice to take a break from the show before they ruin his character even more. I don't think that's possible, but yeah, I get it. I get it, Island Breeze. What's good, CJ Clove? Sometimes you can never please the fans. You can't. You can't, CJ Close. And I realized that when I do reviews. Darby says, I basically loves Violet. No, because that sounds creepy as F. That sounds creepy as F, Darby. Um, Danny, they said that about Lois. They said about Renee Sofer, I think. Rena Sofer. And she came back. She was on B&B and she came back to GH. And then people still complained. Johnson says, if it were a teen character, the criticism would be understandable, but she's a kid character acting her age. Exactly, Jonathan. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, Jonathan, it's like it's their opinions. I don't necessarily agree with it. Hell, half of the time, sometimes I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I don't necessarily tune it out, but it's just like sometimes you have to tune out certain stuff. It's just like I'm good. You believe what you want to believe. I'm gonna believe what I believe, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. No, Freddie. What they need is either a man or they need a hobby. That's what they need, Freddie. They need a man or they need a hobby. When people act like that, Freddie, 9 times out of 10, they don't have a man. I'm just gonna keep it real. Francis said, "Did you see Rena Sofer just nope. They know about that. Exactly, J Blue. People just be doing too much. That's what it comes down to, J Blue. Ron says because Albert, if you were at a fan event with Cindy Wachos came down the stairs and they started booing her and being nasty towards her, you would have thrown a temper, thrown a tantrum, a tantrum. So that's what I do, Ron. I see stuff like that happens and I just throw tantrums. So I'm the type of person that just throw temper tantrums, Ron. Is that what you're saying I am? I'm just a immature person that throws temper tantrums when I don't get my way. I'm wrong. Okay, broski. Darby says Chase doesn't need that mega deadbeat dad, Luke Spencer. Well, no, they killed him off. Oh, wow. Okay, man. Yeah, I was never a King of the Hill fan, but that's cool for the people that watch. Reggie said, yeah, I bet they can also take a chill pill and get a life. Yeah, that's true, Freddie. But I'd rather them get a man or a hobby. I think that's much of a better use of their time. Johnson says, I really hope they bring in Everett's parents to show. It sounds like we could get a good story based off of their history. Yes, if they do it right. Here's the thing, though, Jonathan. Do you trust the writers of Days to actually pull that off? Oh, Lucky, Laura's son, Lucky. Okay. Exactly, Jonathan. I don't understand how people sit there and confuse deadbeat with absentee. I do get to a point sometimes, Jonathan, where I don't even feel like correcting them. I really don't, because it's like, sometimes, Jonathan, when people sit there and say that, it's like they're either in their feelings, or they just want to call them a name that they think is something similar to what they mean, and they don't mean the same things. And I'm just like, Ron, I would have told them to all get therapy. I'm like, y'all need to get therapy and get a life. Melissa's Albert King of the Hill reboot will have Hank, Peggy, Bobby, whoever that person's name is, and remains to be seen. Okay. Well, like I said, I was never a King of the Hill fan, but that's cool for the people that watch. Never could get into that show. I don't think it was a bad show, but it was like it's like the same people that drew Beavis and Butthead, except for it's not as edgy as Beavis and Butthead, so it's like you have the drawing of it, you just don't have the humor. Kind of disappointing. Darby says Lucky doesn't even send money for his kid. How do you know that, though? Have a good night, Francis. How do you know that? You could be right, but how do you know that, though? It was good to see you, Francis. Good to see you in the chat again, my friend. As said with Chanel and Johnny, they still have Johnny not being upfront with Chanel about the bit exactly. And I heard that's also supposed to bring in a person with Down syndrome too. So that's the thing, though, Ed. I'm so sick and tired of Johnny just being a parrot, a parrot. I understand his supportiveness, but it's like, the hell are we doing at this point? Well, the thing is, Darby, and I know this is just going to sound kind of, I'll get to your comment in a minute. I know it's going to sound kind of messed up, Darby, but Lucky has one kid with Liz, okay? One kid. So Lucky's supposed to sit there and pay for Aiden. I mean, it's supposed to pay for Jake and Cameron as well. Because Darby, you just really bring up a really good point. You said Liz always has money troubles. Okay, well, she also has two other sons that's not his. So what do you think about that, Darby? Monique said Christina seen this side of Sonny when he went off on Christina. I mean, on Claudia back in 2009. I was just listening to Brock TV review on GH and I agree with him. Yes. I don't know. Maybe, Jonathan? I think what it really comes down to, and I know this sounds pretty messed up, because I was watching this video and I was watching this video and pretty much the woman was getting upset with the father of one of her children, sitting there saying, "Well, you brung food for your son, but you didn't sit there and bring it for the other two." And the guy was like, yeah, but those two aren't my sons, though. So where your other daddies to sit? Where's your other father's daddies to sit there and send them money? Debbie says Lucky has to attempt to send money for his kid. What does Liz? What does Liz with the money is her business. Not fully following that, Darby. I kind of get what you're saying, but like, I gotta watch the first one. No, gotta watch the first one. Have a good night, Jay Bloom. Freddie says our deadbeat dad is when a man walks out on a child since the birthday and never looked back and never seen his son or daughter. Yes. Yeah, no, I know exactly, yeah. Yeah, I know that. Danny says, Albert, did you hear the rumor about the actress Kiki Palmer? She's in talks with Marvel that could possibly oh she complete oh hell no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I would, Danny, I'll be honest. Having her play Rogue would just piss off so many people, including me. That's like when they had the dude from. They was gonna have somebody play Magneto by that guy from The Boys. I can't remember his name. I really like that actor though. Jonathan, what is his name? Carl something? Carlos something? Jonathan, what's that guy's name? He was in the Mandalorian season 3, I think. Derby says, "Have you seen?" No, mostly because I don't have AMC. Um, maybe I should, Derby, maybe I should watch clips of it. Esposito and Johnson says, "Gene, Gina Carl, Gina John Carlo. Oh, Giancarlo Esposito. Thank you, Darby, and thank you, Jonathan. At one point that I heard at one point they wanted to get him to play Magneto, and I was like, no. Mm-mm. Well, Island. I don't like when they race swap. Like I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, Darby. John Carlos. Damn, that's a hard ass name to pronounce. Monique says supposed to be season 2 of Hawkeye, but Jeremy as Hawkeye won't be responding. When responding the role, it would Clint brother Barry is the name of the actor that plays Magneto. Won't be responding the role. What? Yeah. Let Kiki Palmer be Rogue. Yeah, that movie gets shut down so fast. Oof. They changed the way that Rogue looked. Like she had that much curves in the new X Men cartoon. Yeah, you damn right, Darby. You damn right. You goddamn right. I am. They changed Rogue's figure, and people flew off the handle a little bit. Yeah, let them sit there and change. As said, Dex will be dumb not to press charges and listen to Michael, but this is Dex, and it wouldn't be some. Very true. Monique says reprising the role of Hawkeye side. Oh, okay. What? That's ain't good. Island says, yes, I agree. I hate race swapping. Right. A compelling story for that race. Yes. And that's the thing, Island. They have characters they can use, or they could just make new characters. Nah, I ain't. Mm-mm. Johnson said, I think Kiki Palmer should get a role in MCU, but I don't think they should cast as Rogue. I would hate to see her deal with the backlash she would get. Yeah, she will get the backlash. Marvel Studios will get the backlash. Um, yeah, it wouldn't be good. And that's crazy. I don't even know what they would actually do a season two at that point then. Unless they're just going to focus on Kate Bishop. If they don't do that, then there's no, just no. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Freddie says, let the folks think Jason is a complete deadbeat because I don't think so. He's just an absentee. Yeah, well, Freddie, here's the thing. It's never worth it to sit there and go back and forth with people. I don't bother. Yep, I agree, Ed. It is completely and utterly effing lazy. I agree, Jonathan. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Darby says I like the character change of Namor the submarine. They changed the character's name? Oh, good. Okay, now that's something to look forward to October. Okay. That's what's up. Monet says all the time, never knew Clint, aka Hawkeye, had a brother. Don't remember him being mentioned in the comics. And Island says, look at the backlash from the Little Mermaid. Yep. Yep. I agree, Island. And the excuses that people kept making for that was just insane. Ink, fun fact, Magneto and X are based on Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Oh, wow. Netter? I think that's how you pronounce your name. Last name Netter. Let's everyone welcome Netter. W says, name or the fish guy, wings on feet. Okay. Um, but yeah, let's everyone welcome Netter. Yes, let's welcome Netter. Exactly. And that's the thing, Freddie. I here's the thing, Freddie. I will debate with somebody about things in the live stream. We always debate, but there's a fine line between debating and having a pissing contest with someone. That I don't do. I don't do that. Anthony, the number one YouTuber, how you doing, my friend? Have a good night, Island Breeze. It was great to see you, my friend. I'm doing good, Anthony. How are you doing? How you doing? As I said in my Wendy Williams tone, how you doing? Okay, I'm not gonna say that again. That just sounds super cringe. And I'm so glad that Jess isn't here to sit there and listen to that. How you doing tonight, Amber? Oh, good. Now, yeah, I'm looking forward towards that. That I'm actually looking forward towards. Nick says I was being kind of funny when they said that they're gonna have a black mermaid and a little mermaid. I was like, it's a damn near impossible to get us in water or near water. Mm. Uh is that is yep, Freddie, yep, Darby, Lady Jess. Well, I don't think that Jess actually heard what I said before, so it's totally fine. I'm good. I'm still safe. She didn't hear anything. I'm not gonna lie, that is actually kind of funny. I was like, wow, it's a good thing that Jess didn't hear that. And she just She appears like a Jess says, I literally walked in when you said that. Jess says, so cringe. Apparently so, Darby. That was good. You know what, Cherry Ice Cream? That was good. I mean, on some real shit, I was actually kind of hoping that she didn't hear that. Um, because she's been here for a lot of my cringy moments. And if I knew that she was here, I probably wouldn't have said that. But oops. Oopsie daisy. See, now because her presence is actually here, I feel like I'm just going to accidentally say some more cringe shit. So, yeah. Apparently not, Darby. I was actually being kind of serious about that. I was like, man, I hope she didn't actually hear that. I was like, damn, Terry Ice Cream, I thought I got away with that one. Yes, exactly. Hit that like button. Oh, good. Okay, good. Now, Medora, how are you doing? It's so good to see you again. I hope all is well with you. And Susan says, how are you doing, Jess? Johnson says, I heard the CW may also cancel All America Homecoming, leaving the original All America as their only glory days. Damn. Jess says, I was literally thinking, wow, that was so cringe. Here's the thing. It's one thing to have a cringe moment. It's another thing when she catches you have a cringe moment because you don't just have the cringe moment. Nah, she gotta sit there. Jess gotta be the one to sit there and just rub it in, like just to remind you how much of a fool that I look like. Barry said you're gonna get us in trouble with Jess hanging out with you. Hmm. Actually, Darby, I won't because she'd be too busy laughing at my cringe moments. So, Darby, I think you'd be safe. But well, I would sit there and say that was probably like my most embarrassing moment of the week. But it's only Tuesday though, so I still got a couple more days. Johnson says, "I hate to say it, but it looks like the CW network will come to an end soon." Hmm. I don't know how to feel about that, Jonathan. I know, Freddie. I was literally hoping that she didn't hear me say that. Jess, did you get a chance to watch my review? Ed says, so when Sloan tells Eric the half truth, will she be the one to voice Eric as a twist and then throw hands when Nicole's still waiting on that? We all waiting on that. Because if we don't get hands thrown, Dory says Sonny isn't a monster, but he's a bit of a crybaby when he gets caught. It can be both. What you thought, Jess? What you thought? I'm be honest, Jess. It took me like 20 minutes to sit there and kind of get through that. Like literally, like I started filming it, and then it did not go well, which was also bad because then it pushed everything else back. But just as it was cool. Thank you, Jess. It was a challenging one. I'll sit there and say that, Jess. It was probably my most challenging one. Mel says Albert the plot for Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare is going to be about Peter and that kidnapped Michael, younger brother of Wendy, and wants to save him with Tinkerbell. Just that was the best acting Finn has done so far. Yeah, Derby. Yeah, it just. I'll be honest, Darby. I wasn't too sure I wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to do the live stream. I wasn't too sure about that because that's the thing, Darby. If I couldn't get through doing the review, I was not going to be able to get through the live stream. Freddie says when the stream is over, I'm going to watch you replay the part where. uh, yeah, that. Well, here's the thing, Freddie. She's not gonna let me live that down. That's something, Freddie. She's not gonna let me live that down. That's so that's so bad, Jeff. That's so bad. Uh, oh, and she said, "Damn right." Debbie says, "I would think the live stream would be easier than a review." No, actually, to tell you the truth, I felt like I was a little worried about the live stream because the review I can always. I mean, granted, I could stop the live stream, but like, no, dog, it actually would be harder. It'll be much harder, Darby. As I think Michael Easton was better as Silas, but when he's given good material as Ben, he always brings it. I guess so, Darby. I guess that's something I didn't think about. You're actually probably right, Darby. I could have. And there's four soap operas I could sit there and bounce off of. So you have a point. Monique says Finn's performance was amazing because I think Michelson drew from his real life experience. Oh, Jesus. Mel says, Albert, the problem is that Tinkerbell is a heroin junkie con- convinced that is pixie dust. What the? You know what, Darby? You're right. You're right. You're right. I take, yeah, you're right. Just says, oh, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Finn telling Chase as they were on the way to the honeymoon. Yeah. And that's the thing, Jess. I don't even think that he knew how he felt because, like, I think part of him wanted him, he wanted to spare him that. He wanted to spare him that. But that's the thing, though. He had to sit there and think, what would his father want? So, because you can see he wanted to be like, it was a part of him that was like, you know what? Have a good time. We'll talk when you get back. Then what would have wound up happening? Chase would have called somebody else and they would have told him. And then Chase would have been mad at Finn for not telling him. No, yeah, no, you're right, Darwin. Oh no, trust me, Jess. I get both sides too. But Jess, I think telling him was the lesser of the two evils. Johnson says, speaking of Tinkerbell, there was also backlash when she was race swapped in the last five. Hmm. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And it just, it annoys me so much though, Jonathan, because I have these constant arguments with my friend about that. Like, he knows how I am, and I'm not changing on that subject. Mel says that I got good news that Pinocchio Unstring Horror movie is coming in 2025. Damn, they're just ruining childhood. They're just ruining childhoods left and right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's something nobody should actually have to say. No child should have to say that. You know what? You know what gets me though, Darby? It's not the over the top moments. It's the subtle moments. It's not the over the top moments. It's the subtle moments that gets me. When Oscar died, that's a really good question, Jazz. I was like, did she forget something? Like, but it's the subtle stuff. Like when Oscar died, it wasn't sad until towards the end. Like when Lila and Edward came to get him to take him to heaven, that got me, right? When Drew carried Oscar's body out the house, that's what just took me out of it. Like at that point, that was just over the top. It was over the top. It was like, okay, come on, seriously? It's the subtle moments that gets me, not the over the top moments. Like Finn crying over his dad, that didn't get me. There was moments and there was more subtle moments that got me, but the over the top stuff, even when he had to sit there and watch them photograph his dad, it didn't really get me. It was more just like, why are they doing that for? What the Mel says Albert Pinocchio is going to be an evil and murderous disfigured version of the book. Well, yeah. Um, obviously, I can see that. And Johnson says, what was all these horror remakes? Yeah, like, I mean, that's what part of it is like, are they just going out their way to ruin childhood memories and stuff? I can see that, Jess. I can see that. They're doing a Sleeping Beauty heart. What? What's good, Jakaris? Monique says, as a former addict of pills, I can see how easy it is to fall back into old habits. One thing can make you go off the edge. You remember how good it felt, but at the same time, you remember the bad. I've been good, Jakaris. How have you been? It's good to see you, my friend. How's YouTube going? I haven't seen you do much YouTube stuff lately. Mel says, I got good news that Sleeping Beauty and Snow White horror movies is damn. No, actually, I didn't, Jagaris. I'm gonna check it today. I didn't know if I was wondering when he was gonna put out a review. Yeah, no, I'll check it out. I'll check it out tonight. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, that's what I said. Like that scene. Well, uh, yeah, like that scene, right? It was subtle. It wasn't over the top. Disney, yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, Darby. I think that's exactly what it is. Um, it's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I'm like, what the? I mean, That's the thing, Laura B. I can see both sides of it, right? Like I've seen some people come at the actor who did Blood and Honey, the horror movie. But Darby, I mean, there's as weird as it sounds, I think sometimes people do sit there and think, man, what if they made a Peter Pan horror movie? Or what if they made, a Winnie the Pooh horror movie? They do that with a lot of stuff. Except for people just like, hey, how about we just wait until the patents run out? I don't think it's so much as that, more of just like fulfilling some people's sick, twisted fantasies, which sounds. Johnson says, "I'm staying clear of horror movie versions at Disney." I don't blame you, Jonathan. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But I've seen an actor get attacked for directing that movie, and I'm just like, you can simply just not watch it, right? I don't know if I ever actually see Happy Gilmore. I don't even remember if I saw the first Happy Gilmore movie. I don't remember if I actually seen it. Um, oh, Darby, you don't do horror movies? Eh. What movies do you like? I'm a horror film person, but what kind of movies do you like? Um, but yeah, but that's my whole thing though, Jonathan. It's one thing for you to be like, hey, listen, this is not for me. This is not going to work. That's cool. It's another thing for you to go on an actor's page and start complaining and being all like, exactly, Laura B. And that's why I said some people do that, and it's a little bit too much. I get you. I get you, Jonathan. Darby says action, comedies, and some drama. Drama. Hmm. I can do action and some drama. Can't really do comedies. I don't know. I think comedies I used to be able to do when I was younger, and sci-fi movies, yes, and fantasy. Monique says wouldn't be surprised if they made a Shrek into a horror movie. It seemed like that would be perfect. Freddie says I love thrillers, horror movies, zombie movies are my only favorite. Are one of my favorites. Yeah, me too. Yeah, sure, Jonathan. I could do Supernatural. Obviously, um, The Vampire Diaries and Teen Wolf. Even though I didn't watch the, I didn't watch the continuation. And then when I had time, they wound up canceling it. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess I saved myself 13 hours. So that's cool. And it says I've seen reactions and clips of Winnie the Pool, Blood and Honey. I was like, what the F? And I was never going to watch that because I knew that wasn't for me. Is there a particular reason why, Ed? Was it just too violent for you, or I always want to watch that, Darby? I always want to watch that. I always want to watch that in like the Jason movies. Look stupid. Okay, you know what, Ed? Yes. Johnson says Wolfpack was actually a separate show, not in the same. What? Are you serious, Jonathan? Are you are you serious? You're joking, right? Are you serious, Jonathan? Damn. Well, I'll see the second and the third one. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Oh wow. Oof. Hmm. I don't know why, Jonathan, but I'm certainly not so disappointed anymore. Freddie says, Albert, they just leave the childhood Disney movies alone instead of making them into horror movies. It's a kind of give and take. It's kind of a give and take. I can see both sides of it. uh, that's why. This is why I rock with you, Jazz. This is one of the many reasons I rock with you. Jazz is like, let me go back and make sure I laugh at Albert's cringiness, just for good measure. I love it. I love it. Yes, you always know how to make me smile. I don't know how you do it, but Johnson says it was based off of a book series. Yeah, I'm not feeling so. I'm not feeling so bad anymore. You know, Jonathan, it makes me wonder what the hell was the movie about then? Because the movie didn't make any sense either. Just says I can't stop laughing. You know, Jess, it's nice to know that I get my self confidence from you. Just amazing. I can't believe she actually said that shit too. Johnson says the only connection to Teen Wolf it has was that it was from the same creator. Mel says, I got good news that Bambi and the Reckoning movie is coming in. Oh, wow, okay. Freddie says, Albert, that's my opinion. They can do whatever they want to that their movies they are making. I just won't see them on come. No, and I get that, Freddie. I get that. Like, and that's the thing. You have an option of not watching it, and that's totally fine. That's fair. Um, but here's the thing, Freddie. It's one thing if we don't want to watch. It's another thing that they're saying that you don't think they should make it though. I don't know if you said that or somebody else said that, but like people always sit there and say you should leave the classics alone, leave the originals alone, don't remake it, don't remix it. You could just simply not watch it, you know? Like if they made a Back to the Future Part 4, people would be pissed off and it's like, but you don't have to watch it though. Like no one is there telling you have to watch it. It's that center of the universe complex. It's like sitting there saying, I want this show to get canceled. Why? Who are you? That's just how I feel. I said I would. Oh, okay. Oh no. I wasn't. It wasn't meant towards. It wasn't really meant at you in like a negative way. I'm just not there saying like Freddie. Like people. You know that comes down. It's like, hey, listen. There's not. I respect that. Dustin says, how about that main character of Wolfpack was named Everett? Well, here's the thing, Jonathan. I didn't actually watch it, so as says the only Disney movie I can see doing good is a horror will be The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Monique says, who is your favorite cartoon villain? Mine was Raven from Titans, and yeah, I never actually watched Teen. I never watched Kim Possible. Oh wow, mom actually watched it. It's around my birthday, but no, but I'm just that's like when a show comes out and people don't like it. I want it canceled. I'm just like, why? Yeah, yeah. It's like you're not the center in the universe. You don't, you don't like. No offense, you don't run shit. Like, have a good night, Tanya. I don't know. Taiwan. I'm loving this week. It's like jazz songs, and it's like you kind of like, oh hey, oh he. Okay, how you doing tonight, Taiwan? I want to. I hope I get a chance to watch that, Jonathan. I'm watching Split right now, which I know it's an old movie, but um I'm not really loving it so far, to be honest. I'm not really loving it so far. It's about the guy who has like the 20 something personalities. Hmm. Yeah, Sean, I agree with that. It's the little things that will make something really good or make something really touching or make something really sad. Well, it says I got good news that Deadpool and Wolverine movie is coming July 26th. Okay, yeah, yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that. And Sean, granted, that's in a lot of things. Over the top acting could just be, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. But yes, as said, Leo had me laughing because Holly and Tate isn't a big story, and you would just look like a creepy old. That's actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point. I'm just like, and it was a little weird. I was like, what are you doing? Like, you just look weird, bro. Like, exactly. And that's the thing. Kyrie said the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But I don't know where they're going with this Everett story. I don't know how long they're gonna. I mean, I'm just wondering how they're gonna write him. They're gonna write him into a corner, or that Maxi, that Max horror movie is coming out. Maxim? What's that? I have so many different ideas of what that might be now, but I don't know exactly what that is. Yeah, I heard about that. Uh, I don't know. I didn't see the first Twister in the movie theaters. I don't know if I'll see it soon. Helen Hunt made that movie really good. Filmmaker says that's a good point. Holly and Tate parents might be conservative people in the town, but they're just kids. All controversial people, yeah. Oh, I mean, they're kids, but they're also technically 18, from what I understand, Dolomitics. But it's just weird, though. As that they look like they don't know, and hopefully Marlena can save the story with Everett. Yeah. Because, they write him into a corner. It just, damn. I think we kind of covered everything, actually. Well, see, that's the thing, Freddie. Yeah, they don't just give Trina a storyline. She doesn't need a boyfriend. Oh, yeah, she doesn't. But see, that's the thing, though. It's like Gio is supposed to. People listen to saying that Gio, whatever his name, Giovanni, is supposed to give Trina a storyline, but it's like it just comes across as like, all right, so let me get this straight. You couldn't be bothered to give Trina a storyline, but you made Giovanni you know, a permanent character, like contracted. Like, really? Dominic says, I think they're playing them at 17 so they can squeeze a little more teen drama out of them. But Dominic, I heard that, well, I heard Holly turned 18 on the show, though. Like, like her character turned 18, but yeah, I can. Well, technically, she's supposed to be 18 now, but I get what you're saying, though. Mel says, I said that you had to watch X, then Pearl, then Max. Oh, okay. Darby says Trina misses the real love of her life, Esme. That was a good character. I know it was controversial to a lot of people, but that was a good character, though. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure a bunch of crazy nut jobs probably ruined that. So I'm not saying fans. I'm saying nut jobs. There's a difference. There is a difference. I would read that. I would read that comment again, but maybe I'll save that for tomorrow. For anyone else that didn't sit there and that didn't hear it, I'll save that for tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna sit there and end the stream here. I do want to thank everyone for joining. This was actually a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I didn't actually think I was gonna be able to do this live stream tonight, but fun times. Johnson says Esmeralda, Prince, daughter of Ryan Chamberlain and Heather Weber. Darby says Esme made Trina bigger than what she was. That's true. That's true. I know some people wouldn't agree with it, but yeah, having a good villain does help you. Yes, yes, I did. Dolex and actually saved it too. So yeah, we're gonna sit there and set up something. I want to try to set up something this Sunday. Um, I want to try to set up something this Sunday. Yes, I want to have. I'm just saying, people. I'm just saying, people. You know, Mel, I gotta watch the first John Wick. I didn't watch the first John Wick. But yes, Dolex. So we're gonna try to set this up on Sunday though, and have all four of us get together. I will definitely email you and see what time zones you're in and stuff like that. We'll just go from there. Johnson says, imagine if AJ and Sloan had a daughter and her name her Esme. What does she yell at you for? Yes, yes, yes. So Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me tonight. Everyone have a great night. I look forward to seeing y'all soon. Have a good night, Mal. Have a good night, Dolomedics. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Freddie. And yes, Freddie says, was it recent, Darby? Freddie says, good night, everyone. Good night, operator, and everyone. Make sure you smash the like button. Thank you. Oh, was that something in Kyrie's live stream? That was a while ago, right? Darby, I just want to make sure it wasn't something recent. Thank you. Johnson says, good night, everyone, and hit the like button. Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just making sure, Darby, because you know I'm always they're trying to keep the peace. So have a good night, Ed. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Freddie. Oh, okay. No, it was a long time ago. All right. I just want to make sure because stuff started happening. I gotta be on top of that ish. Lobby says, "Good night, everyone. Don't forget to hit the likes on the way out. Thank you." Okay, good, good. Just checking, Darby. Thank you for letting me know. Have a good night, Tracy. Oh, okay, Darby. I thought that was just my name on the weekends. I thought that was just my name on the weekends. Man, that sounds weird saying that. I'm pretty sure Jeff probably heard that too. Freddie said, "I'm gonna smash the like button on your way out in peace." Thank you, Freddie. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Have a good night, Monique. Have a good night, Melly Mel, my horror queen. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Monique. Have a good night, Darby. Tracy Steves. CJ Clove. Sean. Oh, no, no, no. It's all good, Darby. I think we saved that nickname for the weekend. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Queen Jess. And everyone, if I missed you, you know exactly who you are. And I look forward to seeing you in the next live stream. Laters.